What's going on, everyone? It is Jason, the Bullboski here, and in this video, I want to help answer the question, where should I be live streaming at? Which platform do I need to be? And in this video, not only do I want to give my personal experiences from streaming on different platforms, I've streamed on Twitch, YouTube, Mixer, Facebook, and DLive, but I also want to give raw data that has just come out about the streaming platforms. So let's jump into the raw data, which is provided by a company called Stream Hatchet, who does analytics on streaming and gaming as well. And they just released their 2019 streaming report. And it's a really great read. Not only does it go into depth about the different streaming platforms, but it also tracks games and influencers and streamers as well. I'll leave a link in the description below if you want to read it. I highly suggest you do. But let's jump into it. And the first thing we're going to look at is the total hours watch time of all these platforms just in the last quarter of 2019. And that's really the measurement you want to look at, the total hours watched, because that tells you where the audience is. And that's on page 19 at the report. So let's take a look at it. Of course, number one is Twitch. However, this number has decreased significantly. I've never seen it below 70%. And as you can see, in the last quarter of 2019 is only at 60%. That is very surprising to me. YouTube is in second place and it has gained a lot. It used to be around 15 to 17% and now they're over 20%, nearly 22%. So they have grown significantly as well. Third place, which is really surprising to me, is Facebook Gaming. You never see Facebook Gaming hit double digits, but for the first time, they are over 10%, which shows that they are growing tremendously. And down at the very bottom of at least the top 4 streaming platforms we know here in America is Mixer. They're actually behind another platform I've never heard of, No Live. Let me know in the comments below what platform that is. But they're only at 2%. Poor Mixer is struggling. So that's just in quarter 4 of 2019, the last few months of 2019. Now let's actually look at a bigger picture and let's look at 2019 as a whole. And to do that, we just go one page up to page 18. As you can see, Twitch overall has 70% of the market share of total hours watched in all of 2019. Good number. Not surprised that Twitch is number one. However, they're not going to be number one for long. This number is steadily dropping. I think I read last year it was at like 75%. So it has dropped. All right, so second place is Twitch. Twitch has grown as well. Like I said with the Q4 report, Twitch is usually between 15 and 17%, but now they're at 20%, so they're growing as well. Facebook Gaming, not surprisingly, is in third place considering we saw their Q4 report, 6.77%, so they are growing as well. They're usually between 3 or 4%, I've noticed, but growing up to 6%. And then, of course, last place is Mixer, only at 2.5%. So honestly, Mixer has they haven't grown, but they really haven't decreased. I mean, they have decreased, but not significantly. They're kind of just staying the same, which is not good for any company. Now, to get a better view of the total hours watch time, let's look up to page 5 of the report, and you can see this chart right here. You see the growth or decline of each platform broken down by month. Twitch has been going up and down, but ever since September, they really haven't grown that much. They're actually declining, so that's not good. YouTube started out strong. During the summer, it declined, but now in the fall, it's actually growing again. Facebook is surprising. Look how it's just steadily growing, and it's not declining one bit. And Mixer, as we have noticed, that it's just kind of staying the same. No real significant growth or decline either way. Even on a note on the side, you can see that it said monthly hours watched for Twitch has decreased by 10%, while YouTube and Facebook grew. YouTube 24%, Facebook at 83%. So with the raw data that we have from Stream Hatchet, I'm going to tell you the personal experiences I have with each of these platforms. Now, they're all good platforms in their own right, but each of them do have some negatives, and maybe I can go over some of those as well. Twitch's main problem, of course, is just it's oversaturated. So many broadcasters over there that you really can't really make a dent like you used to. You can still grow on Twitch. My Twitch channel has been growing steadily since I've started streaming on it. However, it's not going to be as easy as it was to grow, say, 2 years ago. So take that into consideration. And of course, we all know the problems with Twitch and their terms of service. They do not treat everyone equally when it comes to their terms of service. Some streamers have been able to get away with some stuff versus others that have done the same exact thing. From a business standpoint, that does make sense because these bigger streamers are bringing in more money to Twitch than smaller streamers. So a little preferential treatment, a little here and there will be good for that streamer. But from an outsider's perspective and from a smaller streamer's perspective, you can see that's kind of unfair. Now let's jump into YouTube. And to be quite honest with you, YouTube is probably my favorite place to stream at. Maybe because I have so much experience, because I do stream monthly for my full-time job to YouTube, so I have more experience with that. But I just find it easier to go live on YouTube, as well as a higher quality video for my VODs than versus Twitch. And also my VODs are there if I want them to be. Usually I set them to unlisted. However, they're there if I need it. But YouTube does have problems. You got COPPA, you got copyright strikes, but YouTube is starting to get those. If you remember the fiasco that happened a month ago when a couple of Twitch streamers streamed the Democratic presidential debates and they got copyrighted by a bogus company, and turned out to be a fake company no one knows of, but these streamers still got copyright strikes. But YouTube, it's decidedly worse. Their whole rule system is very ambiguous. No one really knows about it. They won't say one way or another about what these rules are for demonetization. However, I do see YouTube kind of making strides versus all the other platforms to help gamers, to help streamers. Of course, they just signed Courage JD and Valkyrie within the past few months to their platform. They also revised their violence policy so that gaming violence is no longer a big factor when it comes to demonetization, which is good because, a lot of video games have simulated violence. But YouTube does have a long way to go to catch up with Twitch. And to be honest with you, my personal opinion is that if YouTube would stop trying to suck up to big corporations and the mainstream media for their advertising dollars and focus back more to the content creators who made YouTube an awesome place to begin with, then that would make YouTube a better experience for all. But that's just my opinion. Let me know yours in the comments below. Now let's jump into Facebook. And to be quite honest with you, I hated streaming on Facebook. Their streaming dashboard UI, it sucks. It really does. I did not enjoy that one bit. But another thing about Facebook is that yes, Facebook has a big user base, kind of like YouTube. However, people over at YouTube are there to watch videos and possible live streams. But most people on Facebook aren't there to watch videos or live streams. They're there to post status updates, share pictures, joke with friends or whatever. So it's not really a main place for live streaming content. But of course, the big one is that Facebook is not looked favorably upon by the younger generation. Facebook is mainly seen as our older generation social media platform, which hurts me because I am a Facebook user and I signed up for Facebook when it was only available to college students. You had to have a college email address to just sign up for that platform. Shows how old I am. However, Facebook's biggest advantage, and YouTube has this advantage as well, but I think Facebook has it bigger, is that Facebook is big internationally. So if you want to grow a brand, grow an audience outside of the United States, Facebook might be the best place for you to grow. And I think their continued growth is because of international viewers, not North American or United States viewers. And then the last one, Mixer. Mixer was a good place. However, Mixer does have some problems. First of all, their communities, yes, the communities are great, but every time I played, it seemed like it was a bunch of teenagers saying, "Can I play with you? Can I play with you?" And that just got annoying after a while. And this is because, most Mixer users are on Xbox. And so you have a bunch of teenagers who they are on their console wanting to play and stream with you. But that just got annoying really quick. And speaking of Xbox, that's Mixer's second problem, is they have a branding problem, which is that they are seen like a console-only streaming platform. And of course, that's not the case. PC streamers can stream on Mixer just fine. However, that is their brand issue and they need to fix that. And third, which is something that works really great in theory and works well when it does, but I had more problems with it than it actually working, is their FTL, faster than light technology, which when it works has the least amount of lag between a streamer and a viewer. As soon as someone types a question in the chat, less than a second later, you can actually see the streamer answer versus, waiting a second or 5 or 10 seconds on any of the platforms. However, when I tried to stream with it, it caused me nothing but headaches. And when I try to watch Mixer streamers, I usually end up turning it off because even though I have a great internet speed, it still buffers and it just makes the whole experience unenjoyable. So that being said, what are my final thoughts about where you should stream if you want to be a video game streamer? Honestly, I think YouTube might be the best place. Even though I am a Twitch streamer myself, I think honestly I might start doing maybe weekly or every 2 weeks, streaming on YouTube. And I just think YouTube might be the best place for new and up and coming streamers because it does have a user base. It's multi-generational, unlike Facebook. And like I said, they're the only ones I see making a difference, trying to promote their live stream and actually making strides with gaming and streaming. But that's just my opinion. Let me know in the comments below what yours are. And if you're interested in seeing me live stream on this channel, hit that subscribe button and hit the bell notification to be notified when I upload new videos. And make sure you hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. But until next time, my name is Jason, the Bullboski. Hope you have a good one.